Indian economy grew at a 5-quarter high of 7.2% in October-December 2017 period, reflecting overall recovery due to the good show with agriculture, manufacturing, constructions, and certain services. The economy is expected to grow at 6.6% in the current fiscal ending March 31, as per the second advanced estimates of the Central Statistics Office or the CSO, compared to 7.1% in 2016 to 17. India might have regained the status of the world's fastest growing major economy in the October-December quarter of 2017, driven by the higher government spending and pickup in the manufacturing and the services. If the Indian government announces if there was 6.9% growth, that would top China's 6.8% annual pace for October-December 2017. The last time India had a faster growth rate was in the final 3 months of 2016. India is expected to improvement on its 6.3% growth in July-September of 2017 comes as it's the manufacturing and the service sector. After muted actively until 2017 of September, the signs of pickup in economic growth are starting to appear, said Aditya Nair, the principal economist of ICRA, the India arm of rating agencies Moody's. A strong gross domestic product reading could lift the domestic shares and boost the rupee, which has been Asia's second weakest currency this year, losing about 1.6% against the dollar. The GDP data could help the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, who is facing the criticism over the mounting bad loans of the state banks and a $1.77 billion fraud of state lender Punjab National Bank, the biggest in the country's banking history. Last week, Prime Minister Modi told the industrialists that his government, which got twin balance sheet problem resulting from bad debt in the banks and many businesses, was determined to put the economic back on the higher growth trajectory. Modi is trying to accelerate the growth through higher rate of state spending, including $32.36 billion for recapitalization of the state banks, beset with mounting bad loans on nearly $148 billion. He has stepped up the spending on infrastructures and welfare projects to boost their growth ahead of national elections in 2019. This was widen the fiscal deficit for the current fiscal year ending in March 2017 to 2018 3.5% of the GDP instead of the earlier projected 3.2%. In November, the Moody's raised India's investment grade rating one notch, the rating agency first upgraded in nearly 14 years. In the International Monetary Fund forecast, India's growth could reach 7.4% in 2018 and 7.8% in 2019, overtaking the rates projected for China of 6.5% and 6.4% respectively. But it doesn't mean that India will be getting jobs. It'll be always jobless until it has to do something with the FDI and to deal with GST and the imported tax with hike. The world's seventh largest economy, which grew at more than 9% a year from 2005 to 2008, is still far from firing all the cylinders. The domestic demand and the private investments remain the weak. Urjit Patel, the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, earlier this month said that the economic recovery was at the nascent stage and called for the cautious approach. The central bank has kept its key rate unchanged since the 25 basis point cut in August 2017. India's investment rate fell across 30% of GDP in 2017 from a peak of 40% in 2011. The New Delhi is worried that the higher global crude oil price poses a major risk to its efforts for regained growth momentum, as this could hit the domestic investment and push up the consumer price inflations. So what do you think of India possessed to win back the fastest growing economy title from China, becoming the #1 economic and the fastest growing economic in this year and the next year of 2019? Will this happen by the government announces, or will these are just the marketing stunt pulled by the BJP ruled Modi government for just to make sure the upcoming elections to be won by 2019? When Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India met with the Economic Advisory Council for the first time yesterday, reversing the current economic slowdown was top of the agenda. A surge in demand for the products and services would be certain cure for most of India's economic current afflictions. Low capacity utilizations, low investments, low production, low job creation, or the low GDP growth rate. And there is no better way to pump up the demand than catering to orders from all over the world. India can target an export turnover of $1 trillion by 2022, up from the current $450 billion. Meeting this target will need some steps. Promote manufacturing of products that world buys the most. Bulk medicines or the paramedicals, organic chemicals, engineering, electronics, and telecom equipments, and so on. For this, the government would need to announce sector-specific incentives and tax breaks, and then rope in an anchor firm for each products group. Anchor firm kickstart operations and achieve high growth using their global network and the money. They also persuade others to join the network. Also promote textiles, leather, and other labor-intensive or incentives products where the manufacturing is shifting from China to the lower-cost countries. A manufacturing push will also help in diversifications and growth of the service sector, which today is mainly the story of IT service exported to the US and the European Union. Invest in global value chains or the GVC ready trade infrastructures. India does not product electronics, telecom, and the high-tech product as it supposes the customer infrastructure does not guarantee quick entry and exit of the goods. This is critical as the part and the sub-assemblies of such products are manufactured in many countries and delay in the shipment at one port. The disturbed manufacturing schedule is in another country. To improve, India needs to automate port and customer operations and allow green channel clearance for the most consignments. Match the turnaround time for the ship with the best global parameters. This will shorten the queues, ensure quicker transactions, and allow better use of the infrastructures. India must also set up a new online platform for processing all the regulatory and the commercial requirements of the exporters. The platform should allow exporters to file all information or documents online, doing away with the need to deal with the customers or the customs, DGFT, shipping companies, sea and airports, and banking separately. Focus on improving products quality. Many Indian fails the quality test due to traces of pesticides, pathogens, illegal dyes, etc. India needs to redesign its quality infrastructures to help firms to move higher quality standards and protect the country from substandard imports. The institution responsible for developing standards, setting guidelines for the inspection, testing, and quality certification must adopt the global best practices. We also need to set up more global accredited testing laboratories, enhance the capacity of Indian testing laboratories, and sign mutual recognition agreements with our partner countries for accepting each other products. India's agriculture export will gain most with these measures. Protect interest of the exporters in foreign markets. India has 500 plus US FDA approved paramedicals unit, yet Indian medicals or the medicals equality is always ridiculed and suspected. The big pharma pushes the US government to apply the hardest possible measures to discourage entry of paramedicals products from India. Even highly quality products from India face routine rejection in China and many other countries. The government must create a war room to track such incidents. The trade expert posted in Indian mission must take up the issues with the foreign regulatory bodies. Export of same qualities or quantities of customized products to Korea is a new form of export taken by the thousands of students, housewives from the small firms. They export handicrafts, jewelries, ethnic wear, decorative paintings, Ayurveda products, and so on. Considering the depth of the India's artisanal expertise, each product can become a $1 billion plus categories. But the retail export policy needs many changes. Today, retail exports can take place from few airports. Processing is manual. Consignment value must be less than 25,000 rupees. The firm must pay GST but get to no refunds and export incentives. The retail exporting should be made as easy as selling the local markets. Open large product exhibition centers come markets. Consider facilities offered by the Yuvu market located in Xijing China. It is the world's largest wholesale market where 1 million suppliers exhibit 4 million kinds of products. EU has tied up with leading logistic firms for the shops to deliver or door delivery. Order at EU, receive at your factory with no hassle of transport and customs. Centers like EU must be an important part of India's market expansion, brand and the relationship building strategies. Consider India's advanced R&D capabilities, diversified manufacturing skill set and extensive vendor base, and a $1 trillion export turnover is target within reach. Meeting the target would strengthen the brand. India creates 25 million jobs in manufacturing and 50 million in the services, and bringing India on the par with the top manufacturing and exporting nations. These are just a few steps which are created by us and other authors of the press and medias. So what do you think of these ideas? Will India can implement these ideas, or India is still lacking above anything? Can India become the next China, or can surpass China in the future? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.